Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
How you doing? Hey, welcome to Sunrise Business Mastermind. This morning we are talking about automation. Yay!
Yeah.
Get excited. Quick story I want to tell you before we start. I was talking to a friend of mine last week. He's a plumber, and about a year ago, maybe 18 months ago, I was talking to him. I said, "How's things going?" He said, "Well, not that good. I'm about to close my business down." I'm like, "Really? That's not good at all." By the way, it's not a joke. So if you're thinking I'm going to say something funny, I'm not. So he said, I'm about to shut my business down. And I said, "Oh, really? What's the story?" He said, "Oh, it's just too much competition for my business. Things are not good. Me and the wife are not going too well, and it's real pressure about running a business." And he said it was pretty close there as I was about to close down. He said, "Well, I spoke to a business advisor, and he gave me some advice about what I should do. So I put some motions in place." And he said, the business advisor said, "You need to concentrate on two things. You need to concentrate on your product and also your positioning, right? Your position in the market, because there's a lot of plumbers out there, right? You can call a lot of plumbers." And so he concentrated on his positioning. He started saying, looking at what he does with his workers. So he made sure that all these workers were background checked, so they had safe workers, if you like. Because if you're somebody at a house and a plumber knocks on the door, you don't know who they are or what their history is, right? So he made sure that he checked their background, so they were not criminals going into people's houses. He made them wear really nice clothes, like shirts, no butt cracks. There's a big policy about no butt cracks. He made them wear booties. You know those little booties that they wear? Well, he made them wear booties into everybody's house as part of their policy, so that you knew that they weren't looking at somebody else's crap from another job, literally, into their house. So he started getting a really good reputation about being a clean plumber, and most importantly, he was on time. So if they said they were going to do it at 2 o'clock, they were there within 10 minutes or so. So that was his positioning. But then the real magic started happening for his business was when he was creating his product. And what he did to change all of this was that he created like a membership site, if you like, or a membership to his plumbing company. And people were paying about $10 to $15 a month. And what they got for the $10 to $15 for his business. So if they had a problem, you call it and they'd say, "I'm a priority customer," and they would be first on the list to get a call out. But he'd also do twice a year, he would do regular maintenance for them. So he would go into their house, he'd look at all their plumbing, look at their washers, their their taps, their toilets leaking, their hot water system, that sort of stuff. And he would make sure that he was doing preventative maintenance for these people for $15 a month. And what happened was that a couple of things happened at once. Firstly, his emergency calls were way lower. He wasn't getting emergency calls at stupid times of the day, right, at stupid times of the night. So people were doing preventative maintenance, so he didn't have those issues. But the other cool thing that was happening was his plumbers would go on a regular site visit every 6 months, and they'd go to somebody's house and they'd say, "I'm here to do the maintenance." And while they were there, I think about 40 to 50% of the people said, "Why are you here? I've got this other problem, can you fix it?" Right? And they'd be like, "Sure, it's only going to cost you, we're not going to charge you a call out fee because I'm already here, it's only going to cost X amount of dollars." So all of a sudden he was getting a lot more revenue coming through his business because he was going into those people's places. Does that make sense? Yeah. So business started turning around, but the cool thing was that second part, that membership site stuff was all automated. He didn't have to go and chase them for an invoice. So if Linda came along and wanted to be a member of the plumbing business, he just said, "Go to my website, here's the web page you sign up for." And the website took her details. The website sent her, the back-end system sent her an invoice every month, or it actually direct debited her money out of her account. He didn't have to do anything. He just had to tell the people once. And it was all sent and done automatically. So he automated that entire part of his business, which was really helpful because he had about 150 to 200 members. And if you have to go and invoice 150 to 200 members every month just trying to chase up $20, it almost doesn't work, right? So he automated this sort of stuff. So I just wanted to bring that up and just let you know that there's all sorts of different ways to automate your business. And this was just one example that I know of that really changed this person's life, if you like. So have a think about how you can automate your business today as we go through and talk about automation processes in your business. So before we get started, I just quickly, does everybody know what SCORE is? Anybody not know? Never heard of SCORE? Wow, that was an easy little pitch, wasn't it? Just for people that don't know, and just here to put their hands up, like Stephen in the green. So SCORE is it's a SBA-funded volunteer organisation. They have about 350 chapters around the US. They're all volunteers, 13,500 volunteers, all retired executives, giving their time freely to help business owners like you get through some of the difficult situations that you may face, whether you're starting up or whether you're well into the business. Mentoring sessions are free. Who likes free?
Free is good.
Free is good, right? Free, and the cool thing is when you go to a mentoring session, they don't try and sell you anything else because they don't have anything to sell. So it's always free, and they're not going to try and sell you. So they do mentoring sessions that last for about an hour, and you can do as many as you like. So there's some SCORE mentors here, so I'm going to, they'll introduce themselves in just a moment. But before we do that, I just want to quickly go around the table and find out what your name is, where you're from, and what do you know or want to get out of automation for your business. So let's start over here. Kathy, right?
Kathy Teal, Firebrand Design, and I'm here primarily because you never know enough.
Never know enough.
You never know enough.
Cool.
I have clients, and I'm in the process of automating some things for them.
Great.
So
What sort of things are you automating?
their sales communications, and I'm attempting to do it through Salesforce, and
Good luck. No.
no kidding. And I've had to integrate it with Campaign Monitor, and now I'm at that point where I gotta jump off the cliff.
Make a decision to do it.
That's
Okay.
where I am.
Right. Thank you.
Boy, I think you should skip me.
Oh, we're not gonna skip
I'm
it.
Shannon, and Kathy
I
suggested
can
that I
talk
come
for her.
first.
She should talk for me because
This is one of my first steps.
Right. That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay. What's your business?
I invented some things. I invented a couple of things that are patented.
Right.
And they're medical, they're for surgery. And I've been trying to get out with the big boys and talk to them. And that's a tough one.
Yeah. Sure.
So
So this is a new business for you?
Well, brand new.
Brand new.
Yes.
Awesome.
And fortunately, Kathy was next to me, so she's able to advise me
There you
as
go.
to where to take steps.
Right.
And this is one of her steps she
Awesome. Good.
suggests.
Thank you. Make sure you come and see. Check in with some of the SCORE mentors later and just even book a time in. As I said, it doesn't cost them. They can chuck you up some great ideas, even some contacts and connections too. So.
I'm Stephen, and I'm a SCORE volunteer. I've been doing it about 3 years. And my background is in small business management, development, running it, and then selling it, and then running a nonprofit. We're happy to be of assistance, and I have to say, it's not one or two times. You can come to our free mentoring services for as long as you like, or whatever issue you have relative to business.
Thank you. Good morning.
I'm Greg Birdsall. I do home watching for the snowbirds and provide concierge service for people year round. Basically take care of anything and everything they would need to be done. Home watching means you inspect the house once a week and you inspect everything. The plumbing, the doors, windows, locks, make sure there's been no theft, make sure the landscaper is doing this job, the pool man, the cleaning service, whatever, and you spray for pests so that they don't have to have a pest company come in the house, and then when they come to town, you stock up their kitchen and their refrigerator and pull fresh flowers out and make sure the gardeners planted flowers, that the home's ready for them to receive them when they come home, even pick them up at the airport bring them to their home.
So they calling you, that's their automation, right? It's calling on you to do all that stuff.
And
Good.
I am just learning what automation is. I don't actually know yet.
Cool. You may
And,
do already.
and
you
I
just-
love SCORE, and I just had my first mentoring session a couple weeks ago.
Oh, good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good.
So that's a testimonial?
Great. Right. Thanks, Greg. Good.
I'm W. Christiever. I'm a business exit advisor. What I do is I help owners finish up what they started out by transforming their liquid business assets and their hard work into wealth and a new lifestyle. I do that by developing an exit strategy that's customized for them, and then more importantly, I help them execute it.
Great.
I'm here because it wasn't that long ago my nickname was Bob the Dinosaur, from, if anyone follows Dilbert. There's this character who's so far back in the past. I've managed to struggle all the way to become Robert the Dinosaur, and I'm trying to become, I'm trying to get the dinosaurs out of it.
Sometimes you can be so far back here in front.
Pardon?
Sometimes you can be so far back here in front. It changes that often that, you know what, even if you, this is serious though, a lot of people say, well, I've missed the boat, it's, you know, I'm out of technology and out of internet marketing, you know, I can't remember, I don't know where it's at. Well, because it changes so often, if you started today, you're still going to be ahead of most of the people that thought they were up to date last week. That makes sense.
Does that work with dating too?
The dating mastermind takes all.
I think you're in the wrong.
Over the permit.
I'm Jim McIntosh. I'm a SCORE volunteer. I spent most of my career as a consultant, and we always used to say we didn't have to bill our clients to do the perfect job. So now I have the perfect job, and it's a complete lack of pay. And I'm here to learn and to recruit new SCORE clients.
Thank you, Bob.
My name's Joanne Collins. I have a business called Blanco Organizers. And I organize and declutter homes and business offices. I'm in Palm Springs. Andrew is updating my website.
Yeah.
Hopefully will be launched.
Just about. Tell us about automation. What do you know about automation? What do you want to know about automation?
I need to automate everything that's on my website. And a good idea of the plumber example that you gave earlier, I'd like to use.
It's something that people can use
Yeah,
in
because
any
I
industry as well.
frequently, maybe every 6 months, will go back to a client
Mm-hmm.
and say, okay, how are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Need some help. But, that's something we'll talk about.
How many people are in the service-based industry, right? This is something you can apply to all your businesses. Great. Thank you. Good morning.
I'm Annie, and I'm the Director of Sales at Lucas Cheaper.
And Coffee Chief.
Huh?
She makes a great coffee.
You're talking about that. I'm just here to find out what automation is. I probably could use it in my business, with all my clients, and so I'm just here to listen.
Cool. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Linda Yeager. Today I don't know which hat I'm wearing because I have so many projects relating to internet marketing. Basically, I was an interior designer, and probably that's the main thing that I'm trying to put online.
Right.
It's sort of a do-it-yourself. I'm teaching people how to do it themselves, steps, and I'm also creating ebooks related to it. And I will be selling home accessories too, so
Great.
get some revenue out of it.
Excellent. Thank you. Good morning.
My name is Louis Stoltman. I have a tax preparation business address on Desert. And I got this email, the information through email, and recently just got interested on the topic. So
Now you got some time this week, right?
Yeah,
Come and do that.
gotta find out what it's about.
Great. Welcome. Let's go to the back.
Hi, Jennifer, I work for the chamber and in the office, so I used to office work, I guess. And she mentioned organizing this. I had an organizing business in Los Angeles.
You go.
Didn't do it here, but I did it there because I like to be organized. So. And
What about automation? What sort of things do you know or would you like to know about automation?
I want to get better with all the social media types.
Cool. We'll touch on that a little bit later. Great. Thank you.
I'm David. I'm the president of with the Chamber of Commerce. We're here to help all small businesses and promote SCORE. We're great partners with SCORE and Andrew, Jeff, and Amy. And I want to learn about how we can use more automation.
Great, awesome. And over here we've got Amy.
I'm Amy. Our business, we help you generate leads using video marketing, and ultimately sales. And I know a lot about automation. We used it to actually communicate with over 100,000 people on a weekly basis for 2 years, which was awesome.
Great, thank you. And Jeff Harrison is walking in and out. He'll be back in a few moments. He's Amy's business partner. As my name is Andrew McCauley, I'm from Autopilot Your Business. We do a lot of creating websites, automating a lot of this stuff for you, and then we also help amplify your messages out there using social media and other types of things. So let's dig into automation today. A couple of quick stats that I want to talk about. Automation. Can everybody see clearly okay? I'll read it out. 70% of small to medium businesses are still processing most of their data. Manually. How many people still doing lots of stuff manually? Come on, really? Resulting in hours of wasted time. Automation helps you leverage your time. Who wants some more time? Yep, we all want more time, I think. Automation can lower your cost of doing things. It lets you reach more people. How many people like to have more people to be able to reach? And it allows you to work smarter. I think the number one thing that people come to us and they say, we want to be able to work smarter. Automation certainly lets you do that. And it eliminates human error as well. There's a lot of times when we're manually doing things and we get tired because it's a boring process and we make a mistake. We want to eliminate human error. Automation can do that for you. 79% of the top performing companies have been using marketing automation for more than 2 years. Okay, so there's all sorts of different ways to use marketing automation. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, otherwise we'll be here for a month. But I'm going to go through some of the big ones and some of the things that we're using in our business to help that, just to spark some ideas for you. What are the primary reasons for not deploying marketing automation? The number one reason was no need. And I think that really means they didn't know what automation was, because everybody needs automation to some degree. And the second one, no budget, is often a big one because people have this assumption that automation is expensive. Anyone think about that? Anyone agree with that? They think it could be expensive. The tools I'm going to show you today are all free. And if they're not free, then they're expensive, $5.99 a month. So if you can't afford that, then maybe when the wrong business got for free, it's going to be good. And you can get started with a lot of your automation with this sort of stuff today. So quick question. Actually, I want you to partner up. I want you to just, with the person sitting next to you, 2s or 3s, what are some of the common automated systems that have appeared in the last 15 years that you've noticed? It doesn't have to be marketing. I just want to come up, I just want to juggle some ideas out there. I put this little picture of a parking garage, right? So these days we don't have anyone sitting in a booth anymore, right? It's all automated. You go up to the garage, you pull your ticket out, you drive in your parking car, you come out and pay. You don't see it in it, right? I'll give you 3 examples. I was in the airport on the weekend coming home, and Best Buy had a vending machine in the terminal. They were selling headphones and all sorts of music-related stuff for travel. They didn't want to go and put an employee in a shop front in the terminal. So what did they do? They get this little vending machine with this stuff. Now, is that a good way to automate their sales? Right, no cost to that. And then there's a hotel chain in Europe. It's big in Europe. I don't think it's over here. It's called Formula One. Anyone heard of Formula One? Formula One, it's been around for about 20 years, and it's the weirdest hotel you've ever seen. You go up to the front door and you put your credit card in the door to get in first. And then, in fact, before you do that, it'll say, how many nights do you want to stay? You punch in how many nights you want to stay. It'll say, what size room? And you only have one size, so you pick the size. And you go in, and this room is, it has a double bed on the bottom and a single across the top as a bunk. has a TV bolted to the wall, it has a remote for the TV bolted to the wall, it has a window that opens 3 inches, and a sink that turns on and turns off after 20 seconds. And then you go to the showers, and the showers, you go in lock the door, have your shower. When you go out, it shuts and cleans itself, right? It cleans itself. The toilets clean themselves. And then they have vending machines for snacks and food. You don't see a person in this hotel, apart from people staying there. You don't see a person in the hotel. They have a cleaning crew, obviously, to come and change the sheets, because that would be weird, they change themselves. But they, so the only people that come and work in the hotel are the cleaners and stuff, but this is a fully automated hotel. And I was traveling around Europe, and when I didn't speak 20 different languages from 20 different countries, it was the best thing ever, because I didn't have to go and try and book myself a hotel, and just follow the key all the time. So what I want you to do is, with a partner, come up with a couple of things that have been automated over the last 15 years that never used to be automated, that are now. All right, so you need a couple of minutes to do that with a partner. If you've got a pen, or if you've got a paper, or just have a good memory, come up with some of those ideas. Sorry. I'll try and keep it here. You can see tears of. Sorry, am I more yeah, that's what you do.
Thank you.
Hey, give that one more minute. One more minute. I do like that feature at school where I can freeze the projector. I like that zip through things. No, see what's coming up. All right. Let's wrap it up. All right, who wants to start? You guys want to start?
Banking, car washes.
Banking, car washes. Yep.
Manufacturing, plumbing, robots. No.
Manufacturing. Anything specific in manufacturing you think of?
Most people won't know what this is, but CNC machines, they're programmed, there are no people on the floor,
Right.
on the assembly floor. There's a computer operator who programs into the machine and tells it what to do and what to tool. And
A lot of that's been automated, right?
Tesla cars are completely built by robots.
Mhm.
There's no human chance to check on.
Wait till they start driving them for us too, right?
Yeah,
It's not
that's
too far away.
what Google will be, Google's been testing the card, the driverless card for the last couple of years.
Yeah. I think they did their first, was it LA to New York test drive?
Yeah.
Already?
That would be such a boon for handicapped people. You know, who can't drive, it would be marvelous.
And people been drinking all the time.
That too.
These are the same vehicles.
But I
that
wasn't
can't
gonna
get
do
the
that.
ignition key. That's what scares me.
Good. Anything else? Anything else? You wanna add?
Well, the injection molding, which is what I've been looking at,
Uh-huh.
sheaths are switching, it's all computerized, put it in and develops this form.
Yeah. Good.
Car washes?
Car wash is a good one. Great. Any others?
Well, automatic checkouts.
Checkouts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know
Self-checkout.
self-checkouts. You know, and the Albertsons near me, I think Albertsons all across the valley, they've got rid of them all. They just got rid of them. I said to one of the guys, I said, what's going on? Why are you getting rid of it? He said, no more problems than I want. They kept breaking down. People kept walking out with stuff, or forgetting to put stuff
People
through.
want human contact also.
They do, but, so anyway, and they were the last Albertsons in the valley to have it. So if you go to Albertsons around now, I don't think you'll see that, which I found interesting. Just a side note. How about you guys?
We came up with ideas like for my business where I could have on my website a page that somebody searching for a business like mine.
Yep.
Could check off all the things they're interested in, send for a bid. Also, reporting to the clients that hired you that are out of town, rather than assuming that they just know what you're doing.
Right.
Letting them know, email them every week of all the things you did and anything you noticed and have questions about, so that they feel like they're getting something that they paid for, they're having knowledge of it.
But you're still doing that manually, right? What if you did what you just spoke about, doing the automated check system, and you had, as you walk around the house, you check, do this, and as soon as you hit bang, it sends off the report to them.
Right.
You don't have to write an email. It's already done as you're doing it.
Right.
You know, so there's certainly things like that. Anything else? Did you come up? Nothing else has been invented in the last 15 years? It's been automated? You're concentrating on what you would like to see.
We misunderstood the question.
Okay. Just checking to see if I made a mistake.
No, you had it
I'm not listening. How are you guys on the back end?
The only ones I think they would cover toilet flushing and TV show recording.
Oh,
TV
yeah.
show.
How about that?
But that's my
My wife
best
can
friend.
actually.
Anyone who doesn't have TiVo, you have no idea which one is one of those.
I'm
Seriously.
glad I don't know what I'm looking
It is the best. Does anyone else have it? Is it not?
What if the commercials are the best part of the show?
You're watching the wrong show.
No,
You're
You're
gonna say shows there. Anything else?
One of them that talked about was like email blasts and letters,
Right.
newsletters and things of that nature that
Yep.
you
All
prop
right.
up and set up for future.
I'm gonna talk about that today as well. So yeah, good. Anything else? Okay. Joanne?
Senior care monitoring with cameras via computer.
Tell us a bit about that. What is
I
that
did
about?
this with my mother, who
Uh-huh.
was 96, and I'm in California, she's in Pennsylvania, she passed away. But, all the children, I have 3 brothers and sisters, we signed up with a company and had 2 cameras put in the home. She would not go to nursing home, so one in the kitchen, one in the bedroom. So 4 o'clock in the morning one day, I look at my computer while I'm making coffee, and I didn't see her. And all of a sudden, I saw the curtain move and a head, and she had fallen, and her head was by the window, and she had just above the bed, I could see her head move. So I call immediately my sister there, who's closest, and I said, Mom is down. And she said, okay, they went up there, so, she had fallen.
But you were able to automate that from how long?
Yeah, I saw it in California, so.
On the same note, there's a lot of security stuff these days. You know, look at there's apps. I don't know if anyone's got a retail shop, but you can have an app on your phone and see what's going on, whether it's retail shop or even your house. Monitoring, you can check apps now and watch all your stuff at home, and
Children.
babysitters and that sort of stuff. Yeah,
Doggy daycare.
yes, that's right. Yeah.
Siri?
Siri,
Yeah.
for those that don't have an Apple phone, you better tell them what Siri
A
is.
picture of my condo in Chicago.
There you go.
Good drop cam, you've heard of that. It's a Nest product, works off the internet, and shows you a picture. I have it on the front door, so if anybody comes in, I get a text. And,
So
Sorry?
were you gonna say Nest? Were you gonna say something?
No, I was just saying, I have ADT's home security,
Right.
and we got the pulse.
I'll come back to you in a second.
Knowing the door opens and
So
closes.
Jake, so with Nest, if people don't know what Nest is a company that is automating a lot of stuff. They're automating temperature controls in your house, so you can run an app and say, you know, I'm heading home and I want it to be 82 degrees when I walk in the door, and it automates that. It automates things like lights. It turns on lights. In fact, you can even have things hook up now that if the weather forecast says it's going to be a certain temperature, turn on my AC at that time, it hits that temperature and stuff. There's also the automation stuff.
And I had that too, and when you are gone, it senses nobody's there, and so it goes into a.
Yeah, it drops everything else.
So if you come back,
Yeah.
it's really a remarkable system.
Yeah, good. Sorry, hey, you're saying?
The water company actually has a new device where they will come out and install it on your house for free, and if it senses that it's gonna rain, that your sprinklers will not come on. Implemented for everybody here in the future,
Right.
because of the drought.
So now we need one that says, it's not gonna sunshine, we need some sunshine. Some of those northern neighbors would do that. What else you got?
Surveys, you know, when you get the automated calls that everyone hates, you know, just take a survey on.
Robocalls.
Yes, and then, you know, when you go to get a refill, they remind you to, you know, fill your refill, it's coming up.
Yep. Good. Right.
With this one, I think they said everything already, but in social media would be the auto response. Somebody send their
Send
name,
email.
they want to sign up, they say thank you.
Sure.
Or in e-commerce, when they go through, like they're buying something and they abandon the cart, they have something like an auto response and saying,
Yep.
hey, you forgot, did you forget to?
Buy your product. Yeah. We'll talk about that in just a moment too. Good. Anything else? Anything else that you see?
Well, scheduled tweets, scheduled posting on Facebook,
Sure. Yep.
scheduled ads.
Good. Excellent. You want to?
So it's just what, how about some, when you order online and you can just pay automatically?
When you pay automatically, yeah, paying online, paying
Online,
even-
card,
even-
PayPal,
PayPal, what are the cards you need? You can take credit cards on your phone. You know, that sort
Yeah.
of stuff
Oh,
that's
yeah.
come around.
And then-
People are swiping cards on their phone. If you, let's say you're at a market and you want to sell something, you can take a credit. In fact, you can even take photos of checks now. Some banks, there's
oh,
a
yeah,
chase.
yeah, yeah.
Take a photo of the check
Yeah.
You don't
and
have
it
to
goes
go
in your
back.
account.
You don't have to go back,
You don't have to go back.
yeah,
That's what I'm from writing checks like add money to my account.
right, yeah.
You guys.
Well, I can think of a couple things. I have a Tempur-Pedic bed, and they have the ergonomic
Yep.
thing, and it's got an app on your phone. You can, you know, raise, lower, and all that stuff.
Divine bed, you call yourself and say, I want to change the shape.
It does that. I also have one of those robot vacuum things. I can't think of the name.
Yeah, like a funny name like.
Roomba, yeah, Roomba.
Yeah.
That's cool. The backup camera in your car, we can use one of those. That's helpful.
That is good.
When you go to Nordstrom now, it used to be that you had to go wait in line. I just buy the girl in the green shirt, she can get one of those little handheld thingamajiggies.
Yeah.
Airports, you can just check in on making them wait in line, it's the self-check-in.
Well, on that note, if anyone travels internationally now, you don't even have to have a customs official anymore to hassle you, to talk to. You can basically go through an automated system who does the check. You scan your passport, the door opens up and you're through. And there's no more stamping and that sort of stuff anymore either. Well, there's some places still stamp, but you can get through a lot of that stuff now quicker. So at LAX, they've introduced that. In a lot of other cities in the world, they've introduced that, which just means that instead of lining up for, if you've been on a plane for 10 or 15 hours going internationally, the last thing you're going to do is sit in line for another hour while everyone's smelly and trying to get through this customs thing. So there's all that.
Or
Sort
even
of
those machines that take X-ray and you stand still.
Yep.
and it spins around.
Yep, they do that really quick now too. So yeah, good. So there's lots of things going on, as you can see, automation. Today I just want to talk about a couple of marketing things that you guys can apply to your business as we go. So first couple of things I want to talk about, building a list. Now, building a list is one of the most important parts of your marketing when you're online. Because if you don't build a list, then you're not going to know who's coming to your business. Okay, if you owned a shop and a physical shop, somebody walks in and looks around the shop and then they walk out the door, how can you market to those people again? You don't know. If you haven't collected their details, you don't know who they are. You'll never know that you can go and find out. You can never go and market to them again. Does that make sense? So websites are the same. Somebody comes to your website, they look around, they like what you've got, and they leave. You'll never be able to market to them again unless you collect their details. Okay. So collecting an email address, part of what you need to have with your online presence these days. Opt-in forms and landing pages are how we do it. I'm going to show you some examples of what we do with our site to give you an idea of what this looks like. So here's an opt-in form that we have for our giveaway. So we give away something in return for somebody's email address. Okay, I like to call it a party starter. When you go to a party, the first thing you do is get some hors d'oeuvres or get some nibblies that happen. I like to do this when somebody comes to my website, give them something in return for their email address. Some people call it an ethical bribe. Your email address is valuable. I want that so that I can go and market to you later. Once I have your email address, then I own that piece of data, so I can always follow up with you later down the track. In this case here, we're giving away a one-page PDF. It's called the 5 Easy Steps to Triple Your Traffic. We're probably getting about 30 to 40 new people every day in our list. 30. What's that?
Would you have it at Facebook?
No. This is just our site. So they're coming from everywhere. This is people coming from organic searches, people coming from social media, people, wherever they are coming from. They're coming to our website, and this is what we offer. One of the first things we offer. It's a pretty simple page. It doesn't have to be a lot of information, but it's being collected so we can send it out later. This is the homepage of our website. We have a thing called the Hello Bar. Anybody ever heard of a Hello Bar? No. Hello Bar is up the very top in green. And basically, we were testing this for a while, and we have this on every page. And up the top there, it says, "Are you new here? This is where you need to start." Because people read from the top down. And we weren't sure if people were going to actually use this. But this particular bar, that green link, is the most clicked link on our website. We were surprised. But every page has this. And so people, when they click on that, when they click on that, it pretty much takes them back to something like this. We want them to opt in. The first thing we want people to do is to give us their email address. So we make an effort for people to give us their email address, because if we don't have it, as I said, what's the point of having it on our site? And then the other part of this, if they don't go there, they're going to sign up for down the bottom in that big box there. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you've got any questions about this as we go, let me know. Bruce, do you have a question? No. The About page. Now, how many people have an About page on your website? Usually, most websites, this is the second most trafficked website, most trafficked web page on your site, the About page. And so many people have this wrong. They have it all about them, why you're good and why you're the best in the world, and that's it. If you're getting traffic to that page, why not collect somebody's data while they're there? Okay. So on our page here, we have at the bottom of our About page another reason to opt in if they haven't already. You see that? So we're very proactive in making this happen, and it works. So some people may think, well, this is way too much. Remember, they're not going. This. I'm showing you all of the options on our site. We have a lot of pages on our site, so they're not seeing all of it all the time. I'm just giving you a condensed version of all of these opt-ins at once. Does that make sense? Okay. Internal opt-ins. So when we write blog posts, we're writing articles. We're writing long articles now, and I'm not going to talk about blogging. In fact, on Thursday we're talking about blogging at Palm Desert, right? So we're doing a blogging section. So if you've got Thursday morning off, same time, go and check us out there. But with our blogs, what we're doing is writing really long articles. This is what's working these days: 2,000 words or more articles. We're writing one every week. So that's a lot of things to read. Now, people often don't have time to read it, so they may be on their phone if they've come to our website and they've looked at this article and they're like, you know what, I haven't got time to read it, but I want to read it. So we're giving them the option to download it as a PDF, right? So they can download it and read it when they've got time, when they're back home. They can email it to friends and that sort of stuff too. So in the back here, up the top, this is the article at the back, and up the top it says get a PDF version of this keyword research post. Just click here. When they click there, it opens up this little box and it says, do you want this PDF? Just give us your email address. Once you go, we're collecting email addresses so we can market to them later. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yep. Did you have a question, Joe?
What page do you have?
This is on this specific blog post. So this is just on a blog post. This one is just a blog post. So we've put a little bit of effort into creating this at the back end. In fact, there's a plugin that we use that creates this in literally 20 seconds, the whole PDF in 20 seconds. We don't have to cut and paste and make it nice. It does it automatically. And this may take us a couple of minutes to set up with our autoresponder software, which I'll talk about in just a moment.
But they could read the post, but they just can't.
They can read it normally, yeah. You can read it normally. So if you come on and you want to read it while you're on the web, you can read it. We don't ask you to do anything.
That's when you want to save it.
Yeah. You don't want to save it and read it later. Yeah. So we're not putting a gate around the content. All the content is still free, but we'll probably get on each of our articles, we'll probably get maybe 4 or 5 a week on each article asking for PDF.
Oh, I see. So you're posting this to a website where.
Our website, this is our website.
So by the time they get to this blog post, they've already put their email in.
No, they haven't. No. All these are all options.
Okay.
We're not making them do any of this. You can read everything that I've just shown you. You can go for free without giving me your email.
Okay.
You don't have to give me your email anywhere. We're not blocking content from you. You can read everything. If you don't, all we're doing is giving you options of, hey, if it's easy for you to give us your email address, I'll send it to you, sort of thing, right? So that's important because we want to make, that's a good question, because we want to make sure we don't want to put walls up. We don't want people to jump hurdles when they're giving us their email address. We want them to say, yes, I want to give you my email address. Otherwise, that used to happen a lot. People would say, oh, you can't come in here until you like my page on Facebook or you do this sort of action. And they would sign up, they'd get the content and they'd unsubscribe.
Yeah. And
that's not cool because A, you've got this list that's going up and down all the time, but then B, your mail service, and we'll talk about that in a minute, they look at it and go, whoa, you've got all these people subscribing and unsubscribing. What's going on? You're giving them stuff and then they're leaving. You're not doing something right. And they start putting flags against you. So we
or you just don't, like I do, if I have to put my email in and I want
you
them
don't
to,
do it
I
at
just
all.
don't do it at all.
But
I'm done.
and you're missing, that's
Don't
right.
even do that.
So we're giving you options to do it, but also giving it to you. If you don't want to do it, that's okay too. Okay. At the base of our blog, we're putting this down the bottom. We hard code this into every blog post that we have. Just another option of collecting email addresses. Now, this one here, we don't get a lot of people signing up, but we do get some people. So it's just giving us the option for people to sign up. And then we have a thing called an exit intent. When you're done and you want to leave the site, you got to hit the X button. This little thing pops up and it just says, hey, do you want to sign up? It doesn't make you do it. It's just that there's a big X there. They can get out of that. But this is a very popular one because people are leaving there. Oh, I'm actually leaving the site. Are you sure you want to leave? I think you spoke about things like shopping cart abandonment. This is just like a warning. Say, hey, you're about to leave. Make sure you get this freebie that we're giving away. Any questions about those?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does it know if they've already given their email?
In this case here, it doesn't. But when they put their email address in, if it goes into our system, we'll already know that they've got this. So let's say you come to our site 3 times and put your email in 3 times. When we send an email out, you're not going to get 3 emails from us. It just says, all right, we already know Dave's that email address is in the system, we're only going to send you one email. Because that's the last thing, it's 5 emails about the same thing.
Well, and from my perspective, as a user, to get that again after I put it in twice already on the website,
Right.
like, oh, put your email in one more time, it's like, what?
But so this is, if you've already got this, particular item, you'll get it instantly anyway, because we don't send you, in this case here, it's usually an instant, it's there on the page, the next page is the thank you page. We'll only send an email if you haven't had one of those emails before. So we know that you're not going to get annoyed with, I'm sick of getting this email, I just want to get to that page again.
If you do it twice anyway, they'll tell you you're already signed up.
Generally, yeah. Depends which system you're using, but most of the time, yes. All right, so here's one of the tools that I like to use is called MailChimp. Now, MailChimp, all that stuff we just showed you does a lot of this collection of data. Okay, anybody heard of MailChimp? No one's not heard of MailChimp?
It's cute.
So MailChimp is a service that lets you, it's called an autoresponder or mail service. And basically this lets you put some little code into your site to collect email addresses. Once they've collected that, it's going to give you the ability to send emails automatically. Okay, now you can send them, there's 2 types of emails you can send. One is what they call a broadcast email. So let's say, Kathy, you sign up on my website yesterday. Linda, you sign up a week and a half ago. I send a broadcast email out. As soon as I send it out, everybody gets it at the same time. So I might say, I've got an event coming up on Thursday. You got to check it out. I send it, everybody gets it at the same time. An autoresponder is a series of automated responses that comes out according to the time you signed up. Okay, so Kathy, you signed up yesterday. Today you get an email saying, hey, welcome. You signed up yesterday. Just want to check in to see if you've got the information that we sent yesterday. So we know that you signed up yesterday. Today we're sending you day 1's email. Whereas Linda signed up, a week and a half ago. She may have already had 3 emails. So she's in that funnel. She's ahead of you. Does that make sense? She's up to 3rd email, and you're not going to see that until this time next week and a half. So that's what they call an autoresponder. Now, the great thing about autoresponders is that you can write anything you like, you can set it up for any time you like, and you can often sell information too. Well, not sell your products or services from those emails as you go. This is why it's important to have those email addresses, because you can reach out to these people as you're moving along. Questions, Bruce?
When you start gathering up all these emails, do you need to use an outside service, an email service, or a constant contact or something?
Yeah. So you can collect them on your Gmail account, but you can't do the automation. You're going to have to manually do that. Like I had somebody call me last night. He's like, I've got this event coming up in May. I've got 700 emails in my Gmail account. How do I send them all out at once? I'm like, you can't. And if you try, Google going to say, well, in fact, I think they have a limit of 500. I think 500 a day you can send out within a short period of time. But they'll often, emails coming out from a Gmail account will often get put into other Gmail accounts. They'll put into the promotions folder and that sort of stuff. And you'll have to do it manually or stick them all in the BCC column, which becomes painful because then you can't personalize any of the emails either. I would go and get a MailChimp account. MailChimp is free to send out broadcast emails. If you want to send out autoresponders, you're running around about $20 a month to do that for up to 2,000 names. But I would look at getting one of these services. MailChimp is free. Constant Contact is free, I think. There's other ones, Aweber. I think they run at $20 a month. So for a pretty low price, you can get in.
Constant contact, right? So
Maybe $15. Yeah, $15. But MailChimp's got a free version. You can get started with that. Check it out as well. Okay, let's have a look. Follow-up emails. So we've just spoken about those follow-up emails. I'm not going to go into those too much more, but this is part of the automation that you can do once you've collected email addresses. Dynamic content. Now, dynamic content is something that's coming out now, which we haven't seen before. It's not that old, maybe 6 months old. But what dynamic content is it's giving information on a website a according to the person or the content that's already there. So let me give you an example of what this looks like. We have a post here, 7 benefits of social media that don't involve driving traffic, website traffic. So this is an article we put up. On the right here, there's a little ad. This is our ad. It's just an ad for one of our things, but we have put this ad here according to the content that we want. So whatever page somebody lands on, we can dynamically create the content according to the blog post that we've written. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So this appears on this widget. Most websites in the past used to have the same thing there. It was always the same. It doesn't matter what your content was about. It was always the same. Now what we're doing now is putting dynamic widgets or ads, if you like, on the side of the content according to what people are reading. So it's more
about 2 articles, basically.
Yeah, well, this is a little sales. This is like we have a $7 item that we sell. So it's sent it to a sales page in this case. But the reason we're sending them to a $7 sales page is because this content that we're selling here is related to the topic that they're reading about right now. All right, so we have some other products that we have that are not related to social media. I wouldn't send them to those other products because we want to get, what are people reading? What are they interested in? If they're reading about social media, they're going to probably want to buy something about social media. Does that make sense? Yeah. In our case? So think about how you can do that with your stuff as well. And then also on the bottom of our posts as well, we have this, and this is all automated too. It's giving them related content. What else is related to the story you just read? You've probably seen that on New York Times and LA, New York, yeah, all those newspapers. They always have what else was related to the article you just read. So this is what they call dynamic content. Any questions about that? No. Another automated thing is thank you page upsells too. So when you sell something, how many people sell things on the website right now? Yeah. So a thank you page upsell can be like your best salesperson, especially after a sale. So if you're selling something and somebody comes to your thank you page, this here, somebody just opted into one of our giveaways. And it says here, your logins have just been emailed to you. You'll be accessing this. And then we have another sales piece on the bottom. We're finding that 20 to 30% of the people that come through here will buy the next thing that's upsold to them. Now, if we weren't doing that, we'd be leaving all this money on the table, right? So, 2 or 3 people out of 10 are going to buy this next item. The original item was $7. This one's $47 a month. We're getting extra sales because this is all automated. We don't have to get on the phone automatically. Social media automation. How many people are using social media? I was about to say still using social media. Us using social media. There's a number of tools out there for social media automation. Anyone name some of them? You name some social media automation tools. Which one?
Events.
No, some of the tools. Yeah, some of the tools that lets you automate social media.
Advertising.
No.
Advertising.
Tools.
In MailChimp.
MailChimp.
There's a little button that you click at the bottom of the page when
Right.
you send out your email blast. Do you want me to automatically post this to
Good.
Twitter and Facebook?
Yes.
Yes.
So MailChimp lets you do this as well. So if you're writing a broadcast email to people, you wouldn't do that with an autoresponder because they're in a series, but as a broadcast email, you can automatically post that article to your social media accounts, your Facebook account. It's on Facebook and Twitter, right?
Yeah, Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
you can
really
automatically
good.
do that.
Yeah, it's really good if you're doing events.
Yeah, yes.
That's what I'm saying, if you share it, right?
Right.
If you create an event and then you share it.
Yes. So what I was there's a couple of tools out there. How many people have heard of Hootsuite? You heard of Hootsuite? Hootsuite is a tool that you can get a free version and you can get a version that's, I think it's $5, maybe it's gone up. I think I paid $5.99. It might be $9.99 now. Do you use it? Hootsuite?
Yeah.
Is it $9.99?
Yeah.
Yep. So it lets you automate your social media. So how many people just don't know how much time in a day you've got to spend on social media, right? So I will sit on a Sunday and I will load up my week's worth of tweets or posts to Facebook or LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, whatever I want. I can load all this stuff up and schedule it for the coming week. So right about now, a post just went out. No. But a post can go out when I'm standing here or when I'm driving or when I'm traveling or whatever it is. people think, well, it's not so much about thinking whether I'm live or not, it's about the fact that I can put valuable information out in front of people and have a chance to answer it later when I get back to my computer. But it just means I'm doing it on a regular basis. So when I was traveling on the weekend, I didn't even take my computer, but there were still posts going out and still people connecting with me on social media because I was using Hootsuite. A couple of other tools you may want to look at, Buffer, B-U-F-F-E-R, Buffer does some automation. It actually, you set the times in advance of when you want the post to go out, and you can send your articles to Buffer to post them out for you automatically, which is pretty cool. And here's I'm going to wrap up with this one too. This is an example of how we do automation with our video. So we have a little tool called Tooltime tips to something with lots of T's and Tuesdays in it. Tooltime Tuesday is Jeff and I doing lots of little videos, and we do about 3-minute videos. Sometimes do a little bit more. But we'll do every Tuesday. We'll send you out a video, a little bit of tip about online marketing, whether it's something to do with Facebook, whether it's to do with blogging, whether it's to do with automation. Every Tuesday, if you want to see how all this works, you can text the word sunrise to 96,000 on your phone. You can do it now. It's the automated system. It's not Jeff at the back writing you an email as you do it. But this is how we do a lot of automated systems, and this is the sort of thing that you guys can do too for your customers. These SMSs are an automated system. If you're running an event and you've got people there and you want them to join your list, you can get them to SMS a word or text a word and add them to your list automatically. All right, I think that's it. If there's any questions about some of this automation, I know we don't have a lot of time, but we try to cover as much as we can about automation. Anyone got any questions about it? Come on,
Is there such a thing as too much automation?
Is there such a thing?
Like this hotel in Europe, I'm just curious. Is there?
No. Here's the thing: if you're looking to go to a 5-star luxury resort, that's not your hotel, right? But if you're a truck driver driving through the countryside and you just want somewhere to crash and you don't care about all the other extras that they want to charge, doesn't suit your needs. Personal preferences. So there's a market for it, right? So for me, I was happy to stay there because I knew I didn't have to go and learn Serbian or whatever country I was. There's always an option for English on all of this stuff. In fact, all of the languages are covered in these hotels. So it doesn't matter what country you're from, you can push the button for your language, right? And you read the language there. So it covers for everyone. That barrier is gone. Because if I had to go into a hotel at 10 o'clock at night and try and talk to the porter who was a kid that they put on at night time and hope they understood English, I was in trouble. I'm sleeping in my car. So this sort of option wasn't right sort of thing for me. So is there too much automation? I don't think so. There's companies out there. There's a company called disc.com. It's a big factory warehouse just out of New York. And what it does is it creates CDs and DVDs. So if you've got content, let's say you've got a DVD or video you want to share with your audience, and I want to buy it from you. I go to your website. I buy your disc. Let's say you charge me $20. The order goes through to this warehouse. There's no one works in this warehouse. It's a fully automated warehouse. It's all robotics, and they get your order. They print the disc. They wrap it, stack it, and ship it to your customer. You don't even see it. You don't have to see it. You just get the money. The disc.com sends you an invoice for $3 or whatever it costs them to build it, and you're charging $20 for your customer. Your customer gets it, everybody's happy, and no one works at this factory. Now, is that too much automation? You can't get much more automated than that, but it does serve the purpose. It keeps the cost down. There's no error. Very, very few errors. It's like they've got these machines so that they're 1 in a million errors. Is that too much automation? Not if it's keeping costs down. Not if everyone gets the right thing on time at the right time, get the right result. That's just my opinion. Cool. Anyone else?
I have a question
Yes.
about automation without your blog. You said you do a 2,000 word article once
Yep.
a week.
Mhm.
Is that original content?
Yep.
Or do you?
Totally original. Yep. So we started doing this in November last year. And since then, our traffic to our website has increased 400%, just the website. And the blog traffic itself has been increased 800%. So our traffic has got much more stronger. They're staying around, reading our stuff more. People, the big thing in the last 2 years was do a blog post every day, do 300 words every day. No one reads that anymore. No one's reading it because they know it's just shallow. It's like, whatever, read it and it's just the same I read somewhere else. So what some of the biggest marketers, some of the smartest marketers are doing is saying, let's do it all differently. Let's do something long. We're putting a lot of information in there, like pictures and images, video, and we're connecting with a lot of different influencers too. So we might say, let's say we put a picture about Coca-Cola in there, for instance. We'll reach out to Coca-Cola and say, hey, we just mentioned you in our article. Now, whether they do or not, but sometimes they'll tweet. Like we've had people like Billabong and GoPro tweet our links back to our website. Now they've got millions of followers. What do you think it does for our traffic if they just do one tweet? It's awesome, right? So we're doing a lot of content, longer content, and as I said, Google love it because there's lots more organic search in there, and there's also a lot more time spent on site, which is one of the metrics that Google looks at.
How many people do you have on staff?
3, 4. I have one writer. I have one writer who writes it for me. I don't like writing, but she loves writing, so she's up in Tahoe. We'll say, let's write an article about this. She writes it, and then I have one girl from the Philippines who helps me just put the bits and pieces together. She costs me $5 an hour. So I don't have a big company as far as that goes. We have 8 people on our staff, but in that process, there's only 3. That's me reading it at the end of it, and these other 2 putting it together for us. So yeah, but it's certainly changed what we do now. We if I could do it every 3 days, I would. I just have time to do it 3 days, but I would if I could. So yeah.
You need to automate it.
What's that?
You need to automate that.
I need to automate it. Well, that's right. We are putting systems in for that. But you know there are automated writing systems. In fact, there's a number of them out there, been around for a while. You can put in some keywords, and it will go and pull bits and pieces from all different articles around the world to put into an article for you. But it's still not right. It's still not human. You know, and it's like, it's not. It doesn't. You know, when you read something and it doesn't make sense, you think someone's either.
It's not your voice.
It's not your voice, and it's just not right. So we looked at that, and it was good for some ideas, but for overall, we were like, you know what, I'm going to stick to writing it. And here's the thing: if someone says to me, well, what's the latest in SEO? Long blog posts. Write posts that people want to read. Don't just write to fill in. Don't write articles that fill in 2,000 words. Like, yes, I'm there because I filled in all this crap. Make sure it's stuff that people want to read. If they want to read it, they're going to want to share it. When they share it, they stay on the site longer. They read it more. They download it. They put it in their PDF. And it's something you're proud to share as well. All right, anything else? One last question before we go. Okay, all right. So Ron up the back, Ron didn't introduce himself, but Ron's from the store as well. But Jay and Stephen as well from the store. If you guys want to make an appointment with them, they can either have a quick chat to you now or book you in some time on their automated system. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Online. You go online too, and you can sign up.
You go online. You go on storecv.org, and you can book your mentoring sessions there. That's an automated process too. Ta-da! Imagine that. So thank you very much, guys. Hope you got some good things out of that today. Oh, we've got evaluation forms. Yes, thank you. What's that? Pass it around. Do we not? Is that ready to go? Or?
No, I haven't found it yet.
Well,
Well,
we just go ahead and look at it. Did you just sign in? Did you guys sign in? Just before you go, if you could just sign in, just so we know, so that my company's got what they're filing of business.